Debut point 5, let's go. Firstly, my introduction. But firstly, I must apologize for the setting. This will be the last time I see this place, this gate by the ocean. Originally, I wanted a different setting for my debut, but that would take too long, so this will have to do for now. I am Arunnejiro, the armored Vtuber. I am an artist. I am also a character designer. I designed my character, brief tangent, commissions accepted. I make both 2D and 3D art, mostly 3D though. This includes weapons, armor, props, etc. Look forward to my analyzation of future character designs or VTuber designs. I have more to say than the average VTuber. I am also a clothing designer. This additionally influences my critiques. I sew clothes, commissions possibly accepted. Any future merch I may or may not sell will have the designs drawn by me and the clothes sewn by me. I am also a martial artist. This will factor into my analysis when it comes to combat as I discuss combat in its various forms. Eventually, especially as it relates to media, be prepared for me to bring this up several times in future videos. Although I can be quite pretentious, I am not pretentious enough to call myself a philosopher. So for now, you can say that I engage in excessive or obsessive analysis. This will affect my channel in a couple of ways. For the most part, my videos will require a lot of research and mulling over and rumination, unfortunately or fortunately. Lots of editing will also go into them. Hopefully, this will include a lot of custom art animations, which will lead to erratic upload times. The types of content I will make. I intend to make videos about topics that are important to me. Often I will use either anime or games as a vessel to convey those thoughts, or I will comment on themes and aspects that have caught my attention in them directly. I believe that even though creative mediums, especially visual ones that are not books, are undertapped, underrespected, and underutilized, possibly a future video, there is still a lot that can be gained from thought and conversation about such things. In my own experience, I have found that quick, trending, one-topic videos take far less time to make and get far more attention than my deep dive videos. They also sound less robotic, as I am not reading from a script, especially relative to the amount of effort I put in them. I would rather make a video about a topic that has caught my attention, which I have something to say about, than a video optimized for the algorithm. I want to make videos about things that I genuinely have ideas about, which I believe are worth conveying. This is not to say that the algorithm won't ever factor into my video ideas, and not to say that I would never make a video about trending topics, but I hope it never becomes the main point. If I would make such a video, it's because I truly have something to say about such a topic. If I never reach a wide audience, this channel may serve as a video log. That said, I am open to suggestions, and if I believe that it is something worth putting the 20 plus hours into making a video about, then I just might do it. I don't know if this needs to be said or if it should be said, but in an ideal world, my videos will be as apolitical as possible. Some individuals believe that everything is inherently political, but regardless, being political is like fighting on one side of a war. You will never win against the other side, and you yourself may become a casualty in the endless stream of conflict that will forever derail the message that you are trying to convey. That said, I fear that it is inevitable that one day I may say something that'll lead to, at the very least, a fissure in my fan base. Imagine having fans. If only I had Kojiro Katakura to prevent me from going off into the deep end. But let this be a note that I predicted it, and I am aware of it. The types of videos I create, or will intend to create in the future. An example of videos that I may or may not make in the future, I have been working on and off for years, but never published, which vary in their degree of completeness, that may or may not be finished in the future. The definitive Guilty Gear video, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero anime, why old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Is better and the problem with meta, the genius of Dragon Ball Z's combat and how people mistakenly praise a certain animation, the plight of power scaling in Bleach, also underrated characters in Bleach, most overrated anime of the year. This is a series. I have one for this year, the year before, the year before the year before, etc. Character design judgment. This could be any character, Vtuber, whatever. I've mentioned this before. Also, why Japan doesn't or shouldn't make content for the West. That's a whole mini-series. How character designs have changed in Japanese media. The definitive video on the relevance or importance of body types in media. This also sort of relates to the above topic, which is undoubtedly going to get spicy. The best Naruto game, the genius of its combat, and why authors should incorporate RPG elements into their narrative. Honestly, almost any of these topics could be multi-videos. Like, for example, we could talk about Naruto versus Neji. You know, we could talk about how if you're an author, it could be a huge benefit to have a D&D style character sheet. So when you crash one character into another character, you have to think about how much damage a character is doing, how much health they have, and does it make sense, for example, Neji to take 0 damage the entire fight and then to get one shot by Naruto? Think about it. You know, like if I were to make a character or a series and there's a fight and one character is getting so many hits and then I want the one character to win, I have to think like this character has full HP. But again, that's a tangent. That is a tangent. And then the other side of that is the Naruto game. Naruto, I was almost going to spoil the video, but it's a secret right now what is the best Naruto game and how it does a lot for Naruto's combat, even retrospectively in the anime. The original metaverse and why metaverse or the metaverse can be very important. And I have various other ideas. I've made almost a completed script about Megalobox. I was criticizing one of Seth the Programmer's videos. So those are just some ideas of the types of content that I'll be making. And if any of this sounds interesting to you, do I have to tell you to subscribe? I wish I could make you subscribe with some sort of genjutsu. I've also thought about streaming, but we can talk about that later. Now, there are some things that I'd like to hear from the audience. Hopefully, I have an audience. Let me know what types of videos you'd be interested in making in the comments. Also, let me know if you prefer scripted or unscripted. Any types of lore that you like to know about my character. Opinions on my avatar itself. What you want to see from a 2.0 debut. And any other possible comments. So right now, this video will serve as a milestone. You can look at the types of content I've made, the content that I've announced, the content that I may or may not make in the future, and yeah, just maybe use this video as a reference to see what has been done and what hasn't been done. Well, in any event, my introduction is complete. I am working on my studio, lore, etc., as mentioned before. Also, my weapon. Let me know if you'd be interested in the ideal fighting style. Yeah. If we can get to 200 subscribers, maybe we'll get to see that second studio sooner than later. And if this channel gets a lot of support, perhaps we'll see those custom animations as well. In any event, that's it for my debut.